I'm Zonile Ngubeni and you're watching Joburg Today.
Today we take you through an underground booksellers tour brought to you by a bookstore in downtown Joburg called Bridge Books. The tour is aimed at exploring Joburg's historic district through interactions with local booksellers and an introduction to old and new books. Tabisom Timkulu tells us more.
The underground booksellers tour, it's essentially really about exposing people to the fact that actually when you walk around the streets of Johannesburg, there's a high rate of literature or literacy that is happening, which is not recorded or recognized in the formal industries. Because if you look at the formal industry of book selling or of selling books, South African books are not one of the best-selling books. So we're doing this tour to show people that actually on the streets of Johannesburg, there's a lot of book selling that is not being recorded, that is not known of. A lot of these guys have been selling books for more than 20 years. A lot of them, it's about 30 years, like the Christian shops, they've been selling for about 30 years.
We also spoke to two of the local booksellers to find out what their experience has been.
It's been actually very good. Like 4 or 5 years ago, there weren't many tours down here in Johannesburg in this part of Marshalltown, and now there are quite a few, and the feedback we get is really positive. People are quite excited to see our heritage.
3 years now I've been selling books because I love books and I also love to read books. That's why I carry on with selling books. Most of my books are second-hand, so what I do, I sell them with a lower price because most of them are second-hand. Actually, as you see now, it's some are 120, 130, 140. That's the price I sell it with because they are not new books.
You can expect to learn all about the first ever CNA building, the invention of book clubs, and an all-around experience of sights and sounds within the inner city. But just in case you're concerned about safety,
the places that we go to are actually very safe because we are on Marshalltown, so we don't necessarily go towards where it's more dense, where a person who's not familiar with the streets of Johannesburg might feel intimidated or feel unsafe. The route that we use normally has a lot of security around, especially when we go through to the library and go into the market itself. You have businesses like your F&B and all the banks around the city who have invested in ensuring that we have security guards all across the blocks. So it is safe. We've never had any incidences and people can come and visit. It is actually much safer to walk around the streets of Johannesburg. What has happened is that a lot of people who have done the tour, they were so thrilled at the end of the tour, like how easy it was and how safe it was for them to walk the streets of Johannesburg, which is a great thing because a lot of people miss walking Johannesburg. So safety, we haven't really had any issues. Yeah.
The booksellers also reiterated the call to retain the traditional way of reading books.
Anything and everything you want to find out is printed in a book somewhere. So I think that's what the appeal is. And so with us bookshops is, we've only got limited space. So we stock what we have a market for.
Once you have the hard copy, you can read it at any time. Wherever you want to go, you can just carry your hard copy. You're on a taxi, you're on a bus, anywhere. So it's very important.
There's around 100 booksellers within the inner city, and all of them dedicated to ensuring that the legacy of books stays alive. This tour is not only a chance for you to exercise, but also take in the rich history that Joburg has to offer, as well as its many, many books.